fight. It's a long shot, I catch a L tonight. The next cut, I'm the next up. Like the gamble, put your bets up. I see you through you like a glass shield. You don't really want to bet, bro. Once upon a time in the projects, pushing weight was the object. It's too many niggas telling now. I seen it all, I'm a ghetto vet. Today was a good day. I feel like Ice Cube. No, my name ain't O'Shea still. I'm a nigga with an attitude, but this money got me in a better mood. Smoking strong, yeah, that medical. It's Friday, I'ma get you high today. You ain't got no job anyway. That's the word I heard in the barbershop. Got fired trying to steal a box. Boys in the hood being bullied. Better hit the boat with a center block. Ride along with me, it's 10 o'clock. Don't be asking me, yo, we there yet? Walking lottery ticket. We about to hit the Players Club for some triple X. I'ma start jacking for beats, like I did on my mixtapes. Some of that shit don't be sounding good. You know how we do it if you feel some way. I got the hookup. I got the key to the book of life. You just gotta stay up and smoke. That other shit just ain't right. They talk about you in the beauty shop and the barber shop too. Ooh, they ask why we thugs. Shit, I thought you knew. The hood raised natural born killers. They die hard, nigga Bruce Willis. Fuck the police, come to Dub C. Yeah, that's West selling Casey. Being trapped and ex Tracy. The Nog night goes like Mars. Heard I was jumping in and out of cars, breaking all kind of laws. Block jumping like a frog. Until we rich, I ain't letting up. Really though, nigga, real though. Boy, guess what?
I mix nation for real.
Today was a good day. I feel like Ice Cube. No, my name ain't O'Shea still. I'm a nigga with an attitude, but this money got me in a better mood. Smoking strong, yeah, that medical. It's Friday, I'ma get you high today. You ain't got no job anyway. That's the word I heard in the barbershop. Got fired trying to steal a box. Boys in the hood being bullied. Better hit the boat with a center block. Ride along with me, it's 10 o'clock. Don't be asking me, yo, we there yet? Walking lottery ticket. We about to hit the Players Club for some triple X. I been all about the Benjamins, being 15th Street from the jump. Dangerous grounds. If you think shit all Gucci, nigga, little punk. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm the nigga that you love to hate. Trespass, I retaliate. You should've read the warning on the gate. Go to church on the first Sunday, just to steal out the collection plate. I been smoking Sunset Sherbet. How you learn to watch me levitate? Steady mobbing with my day ones. Break the west side of America. Most wanted, I'm the predator. Y'all better pray, I'm telling you. Laugh now, cry later. Damn, I can't stand a hater. Nah, I take that back. In fact, y'all on the team still as fuck you, no Vaseline. No homo, Jakey promo. That's the reason I don't fuck with y'all. This shit might end in a fist fight. It's a long shot, I catch a L tonight. The next cut, I'm the next up. Like the gamble, put your bets up. I see you through you like a glass shield. You don't really want to bet, bro. Once upon a time in the projects, pushing weight was the object. It's too many niggas telling now. I seen it all, I'm a ghetto vet. Today was a good day. I feel like Ice Cube. No, my name ain't O'Shea still. I'm a nigga with an attitude, but this money got me in a better mood. Smoking strong, yeah, that medical. It's Friday, I'ma get you high today. You ain't got no job anyway. That's the word I heard in the barbershop. Got fired trying to steal a box. Boys in the hood being bullied. Better hit the boat with a center block. Ride along with me, it's 10 o'clock. Don't be asking me, yo, we there yet? Walking lottery ticket. We about to hit the Players Club for some triple X. I'ma start jacking for beats, like I did on my mixtapes. Some of that shit don't be sounding good. You know how we do it if you feel some way. I got the hookup. I got the key to the book of life. You just gotta stay up and smoke. That other shit just ain't right. They talk about you in the beauty shop and the barber shop too. Ooh, they ask why we thugs. Shit, I thought you knew. The hood raised natural born killers. They die hard, nigga Bruce Willis. Fuck the police, come to Dub C. Yeah, that's West selling Casey. Being trapped and ex Tracy. The Nog night goes like Mars. Heard I was jumping in and out of cars, breaking all kind of laws. Block jumping like a frog. Until we rich, I ain't letting up. Really though, nigga, real though. Boy, guess what?
I mix nation for real.
So what up? So, all morning, all night, I've been hearing you bitch ass, grown ass people whining and crying and complaining. Because the developers decided to do something to the game. My thing is, why y'all being such bitch asses? Like, y'all ain't make the fucking game. Do the developers did. So if they decide to give an update, why you mad? y'all around here butt hurt because y'all gun ain't gonna work right or whatever, hoot and blah. Don't nobody give two shakes of a fuck, dude. Now, my thing is, if you really bout that life on the game, you got them grind some more. What you care for? Know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just me in my opinion. And it probably don't matter to a lot of people, which I don't really care either. Because I ain't out here crying because I don't have some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not out here crying because I don't have some shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I stared at the groups. Yeah, I'm talking that shit. You know what I mean? But at the same token, I'm being 100, man. I'm keeping that shit real, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm what happened with keeping it real go wrong. Don't ask. I won't tell. Now, when you get to ask me questions, I'm going to tell your ass some shit you probably don't want to hear. For real. Because I think there's a whole bunch of bitch-ass dudes crying about a game. Don't cry. I don't get why you crying. You know what I'm saying? I really don't get why you crying. I ain't crying about the game. Shit. I ain't got the motherfucking Eagle Barrel yet. I ain't out this bitch saying, well, this what I need to do and whoop and blah and fuck them. I want my Eagle Barrel. And, if there's anybody, honestly, who is happy with the changes, it's me. But man, why the fuck are you happy with the changes? Bitch, I just said I was happy with the changes. Leave it alone. Shit. Damn.
Henry's worried about outcast
Nobody give a fuck. You know what I mean? Shit, it is what it is, man.
Henry? Yeah. We've been keeping an eye on the old DCD site. People leave there infected with green.
They doing shit to change the game. They listening to the people who play the game. They're not listening to the people who really cry too much. Because I mean, the Eagle Barrel still OP. The shit still OP like a motherfucker. They only nerfed it 15%. Like, if you really take into account the skills and the new talents that are coming for these weapons, you got to really take into account. You could actually get that 15% right back. But guess what you're not doing? You're not looking at it like that. You know why you're not looking at it like that? Because your ass over there shedding 2 tears like you just lost a fucking relative because you can't hit your gun 15% how you had it before. Listen, switch your talents when the new shit come, and then you good. Especially, I ain't gonna talk about the new talents. I'm just saying, if you do your new talents right with your Eagle Bear, you should have nothing to complain about. Trust me, I've been playing this game since the shit came out. You won't have nothing to worry about if you do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Huh? It's hot? For real? Check it out real quick. Is it cool? Is the window closed? Is the fan all the way up? If the fan ain't all the way up, turn that bitch up. Alright, oscillate that hole in. Oscillate that hole so that air can circulate. What the hell, you about to trip over yourself? The thing? Oh, child, look here. I can't afford for you to fall. Shit. But I ain't gonna lie. Word. I want some of that. Put some of that in the stew right now. Put some of that shit in the stew right now. Hell yeah. My wife cooked some banging ass beef stew, son. Like the other day. That shit's still busting. So my mama. Wait, there's juice in there. Why you putting ice in something? There's juice in there. Why you about to put ice in something? That's the only drink you got?
You ain't see me pull that orange out? I had an orange in there.
Never mind. You know, inquiring minds would like to know why the fuck would I ask you something if I saw it. Inquiring minds would love to know that, but you good. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be just as dumb as y'all motherfuckers treat me, asking me shit like I don't seen it. If I seen it, baby, I wouldn't ask no questions. You know I ain't slow. You know I ain't slow, right? Okay. All right. I'm just checking, because you still ask questions like I'm slow as a motherfucker. Goddamn weed that went out. Goddamn. Shout out to the blood. Oh, shout out to you weak ass niggas selling that loud, man. Y'all niggas need to kill yourselves, bro. That's on my fucking mama. Y'all need to kill that shit yourselves with that bullshit. Guys selling that fake ass shit, man. Some of this loud. No, that shit quiet, bitch. What you talking about? No, that shit ain't no loud. No, that shit quiet. Damn, selling that loud. Talking about something. Yeah, that's loud. Bitch, you selling mid for loud. Your ass need Jesus. Oh, God, you need Jesus. Your punk ass around here selling mid for loud. I don't really care. Cause when somebody G-check your ass, I ain't trying to feel that shit. Don't come to Facebook complaining and shit about motherfuckers that G-check your ass cause you around here selling mid for loud and shit. You some old foo-foo ass motherfuckers. Talking about, yeah, this official. It's some rapper weed right here. The fuck kind of rapper weed is that, bro? That tastes like mid. Fuck you talking about? That's rapper weed, bitch? Ain't no fucking way, dude. I've been smoking weed for fucking 20 years. Ain't no goddamn way that rapper weed tastes like mid, bitch. I know what mid tastes like, man. Niggas is foo-foo out here, bitch. Oh my God. This is my second character, though. I'm grinding on a little division. Baby, why you ain't just... Never mind. I'm gonna stop with the suggestions.
See if you can hook Isaac into that terminal and get us some intel.
Ooh, lock.
I really wanted to taste because I never had this one. I had the green one. You know what I'm saying? I just never had this one.
That's on you. I ain't gonna do with that. That's like I said. I'm gonna just shut up. I don't even know half the time why I even say shit. Keep trying to tell you. The man that gets married does not mean shit. His opinion, suggestions, none of that shit. So, kill me, kill! Where you at, bitch? There you go. Shoot, I dare you. I dare. Bitch ass nigga. I'll take this. Oh, that's another thing. They don't even got to come in here no more.
Alright, let's see what we got. There's an active
Wait.
lab on the north side close to you.
Hold up. Let me ask you
First
something.
priority should be to shut that down.
That's why I said I'm gonna stop saying shit, because it don't matter. The only thing I do is give myself a headache when I sit here and ask you questions that I know you don't know the answer to. So I'm not even gonna worry about it. I ain't got no worries. Told you. Oh, I'm not worried. You good. Like I said, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Nothing. That one thing.
Looks like the best way to take the lab offline is the decontamination protocol.
Why don't you put it back where it was?
Everything gets
Like,
sterilized.
Isaac's not
move your
detecting
cup.
the gas needed for the decon process. They must have disabled the line.
Hit the main fuel
What you about to
line
say?
and
Where you gonna put your cup at?
flowing again.
No, I said let me figure this crap out.
Okay, I'll let you figure it out. But that's the main reason your goddamn blood pressure up, because you over there trying to figure shit out yourself. And you get frustrated and flustered. But forgive me for noticing. I'm sitting on the outside looking in. Don't worry about it. Your ass gonna be at the doctor every goddamn week, twice a week. Don't fucking worry about it. I don't care. This you gonna be at the doctor twice a week because you stressing yourself out because you make...
Enough gas to run.
Okay. Over there doing shit don't make no sense. And then you got them trying to figure it out.
I'm good.
Okay, whatever. I don't really care. Just don't bother me with the bullshit. fuck you go? No, 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 no. Don't run your bitch ass back there now. I'm coming to see you, bitch. Come to see y'all, motherfucker. Straight up. Motherfuckers over there crying. Put you a fucking bed, pussy. You wanna cry and shit. Like I used to tell my goddamn colleagues, your ass bring your feelings to a goddamn video game. You's a bitch. You's a whole ass nigga. And I said that shit with my chest. I don't care. I really don't. Because I ain't the one out here acting like a hoe about a video game. Promise. Come on, man. Stick your head up, bro. God damn, out here acting like a whole hoe. Look at you. Now you want to shoot at me and shit when I done fucking jump down. Crazy. They got me fucked up. I'm going to see his ass.
The decontamination protocol can be initiated from a panel in the lab above you. Stay put once you pull the trigger and you should be safe. Top floor, you can't miss it. It's right in the middle of the lab.
What happened to the one that was up there?
Dirty?
How the hell they get dirty?
Whenever I opened well, it was already a little bit dirty from being up there.
From clean dishes? Okay.
I wiped down the stuff and drink kind of went everywhere.
Word. What up, y'all? Coolin'. So they got me in Facebook jail on my main streaming page because of some insubordinated bullshit I decided to do over the weekend. So I'm streaming from my personal page, but I'm still streaming to Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube also. You know, shit like that. Come here, bitch. Where your buddy at? He back here running this shit for president. Don't worry, you killed yourself, buddy. Don't even know it. Today was a good day. I feel like Ice Cube. So wait, what the day is? What the actual date is? Hold up. The day is the 17th. So in 2 days, baby, we got a month left to our due date till we get to meet our son. Are you excited? You don't sound excited, baby. Is it because the doctor just stuck you with a big ass needle? Oh, it wasn't that big? Fuck. You got lucky. They always trying to stick my ass with something way too big for me to handle. Why you in it? That shit soaked. Because of the grease. Did you put bleach in the water? Head up. Now you got them back that bitch bleed. Stuck pig syndrome. But yeah, our link to our actual streaming page is in the description. We get out of Facebook prison on that page on Sunday. Yeah. Like I said, my dumb ass was doing shit I wasn't supposed to be doing, according to sources. That's neither here nor there. But it is what it is. Them motherfuckers talking about they'll totally shut my shit down. I'm talking about shut all my shit down. I was like, okay, that email. It's one thing when you get an email and that bitch is you read over it, you like, all right, whatever, dog. It's another thing when you read the email and be like, oh shit, okay, all right, dog. Say that, my bad. Fuckers. I ain't tripping though. Facebook got some. Huh? Why would you pour it in there? Did you strain the right shit?
Search for them. They could be anywhere.
Never mind. I'm gonna let you do whatever you want to do from now. Right. That means you should watch. You act like you don't already know that. Christ. You will sit there, Frank. I really hate when you do that to me, but okay. That's fine. I'm just gonna act like it's normal now. And then you do that shit to me while I'm streaming, so I can't get outrageous and be crazy because it sounds fucked up when you say stupid shit. Only thing they hear is me responding. They don't never hear the shit you say to me. It's cool though.
Someone who's infected but doesn't show symptoms. If I'm right, they're weaponizing green poison and turning it loose on the city. Destroy anything that might be contaminated.
I get you, doll. Don't worry about it. I ain't do nothing to deserve that. You really asked me something
Yeah,
crazy.
I ain't deserve that neither. Shit, just let me do what the fuck I'm doing. Leave me the fuck alone then.
Wait a minute. So you think it's okay to ask dumbass questions, and then when I say something, you got a problem? Okay, I feel you.
Look, I'm even here. Shit.
You always try to make me feel like shit. Go ahead.
Oh my God. No, I'm not.
So why is it you think?
You always trying to make it seem like I'm making you feel like shit, and I'm not.